Hey Aries, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These readings are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't. We do not try to shoehorn any kind of story into our life. If I don't catch your wavelength on this story, go check your other major placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So I just want to let you know that things are a little unusual. My cat, for the very first time ever, has joined us. He joins me on my own personal readings often, but he's never joined me here. So here he is. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm working around him today. There are, I have other things I have to get done later. So we're not, and he's unmovable. I have tried multiple times to move him. I mean, he's not unmovable. I could always pull out I could always, be a little more extreme. But so far his playful nudges, have not worked. So we're just working around him. He wants to be part of this today. It's just fascinating. All right. Oh, this Council of Light is shown. Oh my goodness. Literally everybody is getting Council of Light and first. What? How is that possible? I mean, it's somewhat possible, but. Okay, well, you just got most of the same cards that Aries got, despite the shuffling. Okay, well, we'll just go with it. I don't believe in mistakes in tarot. So you're birthing a new age, just like Aquarius and Aries and Pisces are. You're birthing a new age. You need to trust your path. You need to trust that you're going to get there. Here's your new age that you're birthing, or this new era, this new part of your life, this new era of your life that you're birthing and you're getting to, right? But the path is going to be a little bit hinky. It's not a clear path. The question is, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Well, you are already doing something, I believe. And you're getting there. It's just going to be a lot of twists and turns, shifting sands, shifting rivers and waters and all of that. So there is some place you're going. The path is not clear, but it will be unique to you. It's not path. It's not a freeway. It's something that you're making as you go along it. You're creating this path as you go along it, responding to different things. Luck is on your side and commitment is being tested. Luckily, these cards all really go together very well. You are going to get there. Luck's on your side. You're going to get to this new world, this new place, this new beginning that you'd like. Your commitment is being tested, however. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be clear. At some point, you may be even like, why am I even trying to do this? Maybe I should just give up. You do have luck. Luck is on your side, as well as the Council of Light here. Being on your side, the Council of Light is on your side here. They're here helping you. Helpers in the subtle realms, divine orchestration. So even though the path isn't very clear and there are going to be twists and turns for you, there is some sort of divine force behind it that's moving it, that's moving things into place, even though it's not. Even though there's a bit of a rocky road. Man, this is like such a themed week with everybody getting sort of, it's a rocky road. Stay focused on your overall goals. There is assistance here that you may not be, that you're not seeing and you're aware of, but there are guides and there are healers here that are helping this all come to fruition. They're midwifing this birth, I feel like, this new beginning for you, this new age. Birthing of a new age. Man, I wonder if this is societal wide. Or just your personal life, birthing new creations, and you have sort of this, you have a bunch of doulas, a midwife team. They're going to help you birth this new creation. You're going to get there, but just like labor, it's going to be a little bit difficult. And at some point, you'll be like, what is even going on here? Will I survive this? And as many women have asked, will I ever orgasm again? Because that part gets quite a beating in the birthing process. So you may feel like you'll never be happy again, but luck is on your side and you have an expert team helping you through this. And then this one just seemed interesting. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? So mirror can be about the world is like one giant Rorschach blotch, right? And we bring our perceptions to it. And that can be really hard to see. That can be hard to understand, that we're bringing our perception. It's like the friends I have that think all men are trash tend to just basically see only trashy men and date only trashy men. And that part of that is that's the projection that they're bringing to it. Or a better example from my perspective is the men I know that are like, women, and then you see the women they date and you're like, the women you date, what are you doing? But it's almost like they can only see that type of woman. It's like, it's a projection of them, like, of what they're expecting to see is the only thing that they can see. What you're expecting to see, I mean, everybody gets unexpected surprises and stuff like that. But there's a certain extent, not fully, but there's a certain extent where what we perceive and how we think about the world is what's shown back to us. So if you think all people are trashy, you're more likely to see a bunch of trashy people. If you think, like Doctor Who did, that people are beautiful, amazing, and incredible creatures, humans are, then you're more likely to see that. I mean, not exclusively, because obviously you can believe that people are basically good and still experience a lot of evil people and that kind of thing. But you're more likely to see opportunities if you are looking for them, if that's your perception that the world is full of opportunities, that kind of thing. So if something's bothering you, go inside to figure out what it is, and what is bothering you. There's also teachings by, what's her name? Byron Katie. They're a little bit intense, and I wouldn't recommend swallowing them whole, but spit out whatever seeds you find there. But Byron Katie has ideas about loving what is, and everybody is doing exactly what they need to be doing. So if something's bothering you, really doing a lot of work with, like, why would it bother me for someone else to follow their heart? Or why would it bother me for someone to, do what they want to do, if it doesn't include me? But yeah, so anyway, that's where I want to go with that. I feel like I have a little toddler here that's like, Mom, stop talking, pay attention to me. That's my cat here, though. All right, so Aries, here is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. I feel like he's like here to disrupt things enough to put me in kind of a different space for these readings that I'm doing. That's what's going on, is I needed to be in a distracted space for some reason for this. Yeah. All right. In your recent past, you have Temperance. You have getting used to something, adjusting, an adjustment period, getting used to some sort of, it could have been too strong. I mean, Temperance is, to me, a lot about, well, she's our bartender, right? She takes the spirits and the simple syrups and mixes them together. Most of us aren't going to drink either one of those, but mixed together we can drink it. Or, watering down the beer so that the water is purified by the alcohol in the beer, but that we don't get so drunk and we're not just drinking beer all day as they used to before we had clean drinking water. So in the period when we didn't have clean drinking water. So Temperance is sort of adjusting something, making it more palatable, getting used to something. There's been an adjustment period. It's taken some patience, some time. You've been hoping for a certain outcome for this adjustment period where people have gotten used to some sort of idea, or it's become a little less intense and more palatable. In your current situation, you have Two of Wands. This is a calculating energy. This is, and I don't mean demonically calculating or what do you want? Not demonically, but I mean, it's funny because it sits right over the Devil here. So it's not like, it's calculating. It's calculating as in a calculator, as in someone doing math, as in someone trying to figure out the nuts and bolts of a situation. It's someone who is both trusting their intuition and also not necessarily trusting their intuition. What I find interesting is it's a little bit feeling like a little bit of the Temperance card here, bringing two things together, this intuitive side and this not intuitive side, and sort of combining them in some sort of workable whole. But the Two of Wands, the Wands would normally be about following our intuition, but they're not ready to follow their intuition yet, which is fine. There are so many parts of life where first we need to do the calculations, first we need to make the spreadsheet, first we need to figure out, I mean, I'm not going to, well, I am going to pack my suitcase intuitively, but because I'm not going to draw a schematic for my suitcase. But anything bigger than that, like a bigger project or like packing for camping, I always have a spreadsheet for packing for camping, because the last thing I want to do is get out there and be like, oh my gosh, we forgot the can opener. And all we got were canned things. So we're going to have to figure out how to bash these cans open, or we all have to hike back. So that's what the Two of Wands is doing. It's someone who's not quite in their intuition, but there could be really good reasons for that. Like, you know, I can intuit where I want to go camping, but I'm not going to intuit the camping list, the packing list. That's just not up for grabs. I might intuitively throw a few things in there that like once I threw in some sunglasses, I was like, oh, it's always rainy there. Why am I throwing in sunglasses? And it just happened to be sunny the whole time. So that was an intuitive bit, but the rest of the packing list was not intuitive. So that's a little bit of someone's consulting a spreadsheet, a known path, a checklist, something like that. It's not that they've completely abandoned their intuition. They're just not in a space where they're fully trusting it. They're still holding on to some sort of cheat sheet or a spreadsheet or checklist or something like that. This is fine. It's looking at the nuts and bolts of a situation before really jumping in intuitively. I think you'd like to be more intuitive about it, because what's on your heart, what's on your mind here in your inner landscape, your hopes, your fears, is King of Wands. King of Wands, this could be a person, this could be you, this could be an energy that you'd like to embody, this could be a person that you're thinking about. King of Wands is very charismatic. People tend to listen to them, follow their lead. They almost have a magical sense of being able to make things happen, to manifest things and make things happen and get everybody on board with a plan, with an idea. They're very excited. So I find it interesting after this Two of Wands, where there's a plan and there's an idea, and then there's hoping you can get other people on board with this idea, hoping that other people will listen to you, hoping that you'll be able to take a leadership role here. Or this could be thinking about somebody in your life who maybe is more charismatic than you, has more of a leadership role, although that's hard to see with the Aries. I mean, King of Wands is, to me, an Aries card. Just that passion that people like to listen to, like to follow, natural leadership abilities this King of Wands has. So you could be hoping that that's you, kind of calculating something, figuring something out, getting used to an idea of something, and then hoping maybe you can take a leadership role there. It could also be, maybe you're afraid of taking a leadership role. I mean, because the King of Wands really is in touch with his intuition. And this Two of Wands has you halfway between intuition and intellect, right? So maybe you're hoping to become a lot more intuitive or inspiring or, inspirational. Something like that. I mean, you could be just halfway through. You're standing currently between the two, but you'd like to be more intuitive, like a master of your intuition, or a master of inspiration, a master of creativity. Right now, it reminds me of like, you're painting by numbers right now, but you'd really like to eventually paint more freely and more intuitively with more expertise. But right now, you've got sort of the grid, the number grid, and that kind of thing, and that's where you're at right now. But you could be dreaming of this time when you can, forget the numbers grid or forget coloring. Lots of people like the coloring books. I don't like them because I'm much too freewheeling for coloring books. They feel very constraining to me, and why would I pick up a colored pencil or even a crayon if I was going to follow some rules and stay in the lines? Partly because I'm incapable of staying in the lines mostly, and also I really don't enjoy it. That's why I'm incapable of it, is it's a misery for me. But I know lots of people that love it. So you could be halfway between, using a coloring book and the templates there and wanting to jump over into, metaphorically. Well, literally, I hate coloring books, but metaphorically, as a metaphor, you could be hoping to be more intuitive, more freewheeling, more able to draw your own things, which is fun. A coloring book is great for teaching a lot of like hand control and that kind of stuff and learning all of that. What's at issue here is, oh my gosh, look at all these wands here. We've got 3, so some sort of inspiration, intuitive, possibly even sexual thing is in play here. Concept is what we're talking about. We have this Ace of Wands in reverse, so this is not having a new idea, not feeling very inspired. Of course, you want to be the King of Wands. You want to be inspired. You want to be excited and charismatic, and that comes naturally when we're inspired. Other people get excited about what we're talking about too. But you're not excited about anything. I mean, it's all very like sort of dull planning energy that you're in. You wish you were more inspired by the whole process, but you're just not feeling inspired by it. You're not feeling this Ace of Wands energy. You're feeling, there's no new idea coming in. There's no new inspiration. Nothing feels divinely guided. Maybe you were in this Temperance thing for so long that now the beer's flat and the water's gross, and it's not like combined in any sort of delicious way, or the ice cubes melted in your mixed drink and now it's mostly water with a hint of gin and a hint of tonic and some flat tonic water in there. Like, this is not, there's just a flatness here and going through the motions and execution without any inspiration. And then in your environment, we have 3 of Cups. Well, you're partying, you're hanging out with friends, you've got friends here. You may be a little distracted with people hanging out, people coming to visit, parties to go to, your friends. I mean, this is like some really great, man, how is 3 of Cups in your environment? Where are you at? Like, I want 3 of Cups in my environment, maybe, sometimes. I also want the Hermit card, but the 3 of Cups here, hanging out with your friends, enjoying life, sharing, deep sharing, soulful sharing. Whatever task you have here, you might be a little distracted by these friendships and community activities and stuff like that. They're very interesting and fascinating to you right now, and luckily you've got them going on, which is good because all the Aries I know need social interaction, a lot of it. So this 3 of Cups energy in your environment, you're hanging out with some people, you're having a good time. There's a party going on here. Maybe you want to be the life of the party and you're really not right now, but it's feeding you, it's nourishing you. There could be some distraction going on too, though. Your environment could be very distracting for you right now, not allowing you to focusing on other people, focusing on what they need, focusing on what they feel. There could be a lot of people around you that are grabbing for your attention and you're not able to focus on this thing that you want to move forward, that you'd like to have, that you need to. I think you need to take a leadership role here and be in charge of this process, and I don't think you feel like it. I don't think you can. I don't think you've got any ideas or inspiration of what you're supposed to do. There's like a plodding energy. And then on top of it all, maybe the reason why you don't have this inspiration is because there's just a lot of demands on your time right now. A lot of things, a lot of people needing stuff from you, distracting you from this other aspect. Or you could just be at a really rockin' party. And while you're at the rocking party, you're supposed to behave very badly. Your to-do list, and I've never gotten this card in a to-do list column. It was inevitable. I probably should have figured out what it was going to mean when it got there. But here's the Devil card. So the Devil card is about addiction, possession. Some decks have this card as being compulsions, and one of the decks, the Santa Muerte deck, views the Devil card as inspiration and you don't know where it's coming from, being compelled to do something, feeling like, man, I really need to go get some waffles at that wafflery today. I don't know why. I haven't had waffles for 2 years. I don't know why I need to do that, but I'm going to do that. So that interpretation fits very nicely with this other, this wands energy here. And that is like one of the first things in getting reacquainted with what you want and re-inspired, is even if it's just go down to the river and pick up 2 stones that you like. And don't even think about it. Don't figure out why you like those stones. Because right now there's a lot of intellectualization going on. So this is that is from Martha Beck's Joy Diet, which is not about food, which is about building our lives around things that make us happy and increasing the joy in our life, and doing that with, all the sort of methodology that you do that with. So hers is, and I just saw 1133, which to me is a specialish number, and I don't know. So that might mean something to somebody else too. So, but this devilish here, but that's actually an example of what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm telling you it's 1133, that I'm seeing that right now, and that it feels very potent to me, right? I don't know why, but I just am. So it's, according to the Santa Muerte deck, that would be just like, I don't know why, a compulsive thing that felt really important for me to do. So I wanted to override it with some logic and say 1133 is not a special number for anybody on this planet. And it's slightly ridiculous that I think that 1133 and 1144 are very special numbers to me, and I don't know why. And so I could be all intellectual here about this, but instead I went with it. So that's a little bit of that double card energy. I think it could also be becoming obsessed with something, and allow yourself to become sort of obsessed with, it could be obsessed with research. Allow yourself to be distracted. Maybe your environment's trying to get you to be distracted. This devil card could be distracted from the path. You know, because devil is anything, I feel, that disrupts the union between ourselves and the divine and our higher selves. And being able to listen to that, being free to listen to that. To me, it's a card of bondage, but to something that prevents you from flowing, from flowing. So, but this devil card, I think it could be about allowing yourself to become obsessed with something, a little obsessive. But I really think it's about allowing yourself to do things that don't make sense. And just coming under the Two of Wands, that's how I like to see that card. It's an addiction card. You could need to face an addiction to logic, an addiction to planning, an addiction. I mean, spreadsheets are nice, but we can't apply them to everything. And we get to deviate from the spreadsheet. We can have a spreadsheet of all our camping gear that we need to take and that we don't want to forget. But that doesn't mean we can't add other things to it, or say this time, like, you know what? There's a fire ban on, let's not even bring the marshmallow sticks, like the little compactable marshmallow sticks. Let's not bring those because there's a fire ban on and we're not going to be having a fire. So I guess I can leave my matches, my kindling, all of that I might bring, you know. So it's bringing in possibly some disobedience too. Some disobedience to what you're supposed to be doing, to the rules, to the spreadsheet before you, being a little disobedient, a little rebellious, allowing yourself to not do what you're supposed to do. And that will allow definitely intuition to come in, because as soon as you junk your to-do list, you're free now to follow whatever you want to do, you know. And maybe it's just a day, maybe it's just a time just to get you back in touch with who you are. But junk the to-do list. Disobey yourself, disobey something, do something that's not the way it's supposed to be done. That is not the way it's supposed to be done. That is not proper. That is not the way you're supposed to do that. I don't know, but that's what it seems like. It might wake something up. I mean, because your path too, here we have, well, first of all, you're supported, but your path is your path, right? You may be trying to follow the path, and I think this devil card is coming in to say, fuck it up, disobey, follow your path. That could be what's not inspiring, is you're trying to follow the path and not your path. So anyway, that devil card there is pretty fascinating to me. About your to-do list is to be temptation. to tempt somebody, tempt a situation, tempt fate here. Yeah, you're tempting fate, because where we're going is this Fool card right here. You're going to set off on your own thing. It is going to be inspired. You are going to get inspired, and you're going to be excited about something in your future, and you're going to be able to, and you're going to go off, even though it might be a little dangerous, a little ill-advised, a little not what you're supposed to do. But I think that's why this Devil card is here, to like give into temptation, be temptation, break the rules a little bit here, and head off onto your own path. You're going to find a much more exciting new beginning if you head off on your own path and stop trying to do what you're supposed to do, which is what I'm seeing with this Two of Wands here. You trying to do what you're supposed to do, really trying to think it through. You'd like to be more intuitive. You'd like to be inspired. Here's your key to being more intuitive and more inspired. Break some fucking rules. Throw away your to-do list for a day, your spreadsheet, the checklist of, and then we go like this, and then you do this, and then you do this. So just throw it away for a minute, head out on your own path. Something here is really going to inspire you, and I think you're going to get your groove back here. Something here is just not working for you. I think you might be trying to engage with something too intellectually. You have your own path. You have a very unique path to go on here. And I don't think you're going to be able to do it by obeying the rules. That's something I've learned about myself over the years. My life goes a lot better if I do everything backwards or against advice, or not. Make sure I'm not doing the proper plan, but do everything backwards. I mean, I don't intentionally do it backwards, but when I look at what turned out and what didn't turn out, the things that I let myself do the wrong way, turn out I'm happier with the results than when I'm trying to conform to what someone's trying to tell me to do. And it's hard to find mentors that can suit that, but I feel like I have been finding them. Mentors in different fields that I'd like to excel at, that are teaching me how to do it the wrong way, and do it well the wrong way. So anyway, that seems relevant to this reading for sure. Oh my gosh, here's the Fool card from the Wild Kuan Yin, basically. Taking a leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith. I think this is going to be very exciting for you. Taking a leap of faith. The Fool card is a leap of faith, and I think it's going to be really exciting for you. The Loving Push. Sacred Grandmother will nudge you when you need to take a step, comfort you when you become uncertain, and provide the means for you to move towards your destination, which is, of course, your divine destiny. When you feel the divine push, you leap. So, all right, Aries, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your subscribes and your comments. And this is my cat, Captain Jack. He is now done napping. He's a little bit of a wild cat. He was wild and came to our family from a feral farm situation. So he definitely does what he wants to do, unless I want to go get a towel and burrito him up. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week.